top 5 buyer mistakes made in a hot market. So in this hot market, number 1, you're thinking everybody's afraid of a bidding war, so they think, oh, I'm paying over asking price, that's bad. So I'll give you an example of Point Grey Road. I was working with my builder client about a couple years ago, and I saw this prestigious house in, I saw this teardown in the most prestigious street in the whole, probably in the whole province.
Belmont Avenue?
No, it's Point Grey Road.
Right.
It's the most prestigious street, and it's most expensive price per square foot of land in the entire BC. So it's called Point Grey Road, and we saw this lot on there, and it's very rare that homes on that street go for sale. It's tear down. It was worth, it was asking $3 million, and we went into a bidding war, and there were, we didn't find out how many offers until later, but my builder said, Gary, what is it worth? I said, I don't know, it could be worth 3.1 to 3.9, because to find out market value, we usually look at comparables. There are not many comparables in Point Grey Road. So I basically looked and I estimated. It could be worth anywhere from 3.1 to 3.9 million, $4 million. And I said, just pay your max that you're comfortable with. So he put in 3.51, and the bank actually came back and appraised it at 3.51. So it was good. And so we paid 500 grand over asking. There were 5 offers, we won. And within a year, I helped him make $1 million. The property was worth 4.5 in a year. Now it's probably worth 8 or 9 million. So great investment for him. So yeah, not just because you're paying over asking price doesn't mean you're overpaying. And just because you're overpaying, it's not a bad thing. In a market that's going up 30%, let's say you pay 5% over asking, 5% over market value. 2 months later, your home's worth 20% more. That 5% doesn't really make a big difference. Not having financing. So in a hot market, I know some, not my clients, but some other realtors' clients, they went in with subject-free offers, but they didn't have their financing in place, and they ended up having to forfeit their deposit, like 50 grand, 70 grand. So make sure buyers should get their pre-approvals. Talk to a mortgage broker like Bai. And then not knowing when to write subject and subject-free offers. So people think, okay, it's a hot market, there's bidding wars everywhere. Does that mean I have to write subject-free offers all the time? No. When you're not bidding against anybody, let's say the property is not super well priced, and for some reason, there aren't 5 offers. Let's say you're the first guy, and you're going to make an offer, and there's no other offers. Why would you write a subject-free offer? Why don't you write a subject offer, right? When there's a competition, then you want to make your offer more competitive. But when there's no competition, you could write subject offers, right? Obviously, you have to take the risk on if you write a subject offer and then somebody else jumps in later, which happened with my client recently. She put in an offer, it wasn't her best price, but then somebody came in later because she thought, oh, well, we're not competing. But then because she took her time, a couple days later, somebody else jumped on board, and all of a sudden, multiple offers. So not knowing when to write subject or subject-free offers. Waiting for the perfect home. Top 5 buyer mistakes. So waiting for the perfect home. I talk to my clients that, you're never going to find your perfect home, because first of all, I say that, let's say you find the ideal home. It meets 100% of all your criteria. But just because it's your perfect home now, a month later, you're like, oh, well, I don't really like this part. Then it's not perfect anymore. Right? Or 2 months later, or let's say a year passes and your life changes, or your job changes, and the location changes, or you have a child, or all of a sudden it's not the perfect home. So people change. So to wait for the absolute perfect home is kind of
it's a constantly moving target.
Sorry?
It's a constantly moving
exactly.
target.
Exactly. Cindy, did you have a question?
Yeah. I just want to ask, Is it rare in the real estate industry where, like, let's say an affluent person sees a home, it's not for sale, like they can buy it outright? Is that rare?
They can buy it outright?
Like, home's not for sale, but it's beautiful and it's like their eyes, it's a perfect home. But they want to buy it.
Yeah, and then
Are they able to do that? Like, go out and say, I want to sell
go to the seller and buy it?
No, they're not selling it though.
Oh yeah, they knock on the door and say, "Hey, homeowner, do you want to sell your house?" Homeowner can sell. Yeah. And then like they don't have to use a realtor. They just get a lawyer in between and do the deal. You could do that. Obviously, there's risks for not using a realtor, but if they want to do it that way, sure. Yeah. So waiting for the perfect one. I usually tell my clients, hey, you're gonna find something that's about 80% of what it meets 80% of your criteria, and those are the ones that you should consider. If it meets less than 80%, chances are let's keep searching. There's lots that usually meet 80% or more. But because if you're waiting for the perfect home in a hot market, prices go up very quickly in a hot market. So houses right now are going about 25 to 30% a year. So if let's say you're like, oh, I'll just wait 2 months. Well, you have to calculate what that 2 months will cost you. 30% divided by 12, maybe about 2.5% per month. So wait 2 months is 5%. So 5% on $1 million is $50,000. So it's a $50,000 waiting. You lose $50,000 if you wait 2 months, right? Not doing your due diligence. So just because it's a hot market doesn't mean you don't do home inspections at all, or you don't read the strata documents, or you just buy crazy, right? You gotta work with your realtor, make sure you do your homework, make sure it's the right property for you. Don't just buy it because everybody else is buying it. Thanks guys for watching my video. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Email me if you have any more questions. Thank you.